Hey everyone, and welcome to the story breakdown of the absolute masterpiece that is the ocean of human sentiments. We are jumping right in today. We're looking at the lore and those deeply atmospheric events from chapters 46 through 57. I mean, just picture this for a second. A world where the sea isn't just water, right? It's literally this massive, living reservoir holding every single human emotion that's ever been felt. So, in this breakdown, we're going to unpack the core mysteries, the unimaginable burdens these characters are carrying, and those just impossible choices they have to face.
Think about the sheer, crushing weight of all the suffering in the world. Every heartbreak, every conflict, every silent cry across the entire planet just pressing down on one single living entity for centuries. Honestly, how long do you think it'd take before that entity just completely snaps under all that pressure? Seriously, what if the ocean is just tired of feeling our pain?
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the ocean that froze.
So our protagonist, Yu, has suddenly just vanished into the night. And as you can see, the waves actually hesitate at the shore, afraid to touch the world. Which is so creepy, right? The ocean's total silence stands in stark contrast to its usual chaotic nature. It's not just calm out there, it's terrified. And this bizarre physical anomaly sets up the whole central mystery. Where on earth did you go, and why is the water suddenly so afraid of us?
Section 2, the weight of millions. Right, so you didn't just run away. He's actually retreated to this abandoned station right at the water's edge. And ironically, this used to be a place where humans studied the deep sea. But man, the tables have completely turned. Yu isn't studying the deep anymore. The deep is now studying him. Because of his connection to it, every single night, he hears fear, hate, love, loneliness, the desperate desire to be needed. And the most horrifying part of this, he's not processing these one at a time. He feels them all simultaneously. Just try to imagine scrolling through the worst news in the world on your phone, right? Now multiply that horrible, sinking feeling by 1 billion and have it all crash into your brain at the exact same millisecond. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this scary fact right here. A human is simply not built to feel the emotions of millions. It's literally a biological impossibility. It completely short-circuits the human nervous system. Yu is essentially being destroyed from the inside out by the collective trauma of the entire human race. Section 3, are feelings a mistake? So we learn this massive truth. The ocean is utterly exhausted from absorbing all our pain. And it actually chose Yu as its new sunner specifically because he wants to turn feelings off entirely. And this revelation just deeply rattles Akira. Looking at this unending cycle of global conflict, the wars, how we constantly hurt each other, and how much the ocean itself is suffering, she asks this terrifying question, what if feelings were truly a mistake? You know, when you're confronted with that sheer volume of pain in the world, the idea of just shutting the whole shebang off, it becomes incredibly seductive. But, of course, the story doesn't just let that thought go unchallenged. Mio immediately fires back with a counterpoint. Then we must learn to feel and not run away. This firmly establishes the main philosophical debate of this whole lore. On one side, you have this desperate desire to end immense suffering by just removing emotion altogether. But on the other hand, you have the painful necessity of actually facing those feelings head-on. And what's great is that neither side is framed as the bad guy here. They're both deeply understandable, very human responses to trauma.
Section 4, the living emotion of the planet.
So Yua actually hears Mio's words from afar, and he gets genuinely angry because they can't possibly understand the scale of his agony, right? And because Yua and the ocean are basically linked now, his anger triggers this massive, unprecedented global storm. As you can see on the screen, the oceans overflow, thrashing like a person in a full-blown panic attack. Humanity finally starts to realize that the ocean isn't acting maliciously to destroy cities. No, it's acting as the living, panicked emotion of the planet itself, just completely suffocating under our collective psychological weight.
Now, when Akira finally manages to track Yu down at the water's edge, we really get to see the severe psychological deterioration he's gone through. It's brutal. His eyes are completely red and bloodshot. His hands are shaking uncontrollably. And when she asks if he sleeps, he just gives this heartbreaking reply. How can you sleep when you hear the whole world? It really paints a picture of the brutal physical cost of this kind of extreme hyperempathy. So the crucial point is that Yue is absolutely not your typical antagonist. He doesn't want power, he doesn't want godhood, he literally just wants absolute silence. His whole desire to turn off emotions entirely isn't some comic book villain plot, it's a desperate, incredibly tragic response to inescapable pain. And in this moment, Akira finally truly understands him.
Section 5. The price of one real feeling. This is where we hit the climax. The water physically rises around you and Akira, and the ocean finally reveals everything it's been holding inside those dark depths. Look at this list. Humanity's memories, every love, every loss, every scream, every hope. The ocean hasn't just been passively watching us, it's actively stored and suffered from every single human experience simultaneously. Totally overwhelmed by this insane torrent of human experience, Yu just collapses to his knees. And with tears streaming down his face, he asks, why do people keep feeling if it hurts so much? It's such a heavy question, delivered with profound empathy, and it just pulls us right into the ultimate human predicament, doesn't it? Why do we constantly risk connection when pain is basically a guarantee? And here we get Akira's quiet, incredibly poignant answer. She looks right at Mio and says, because sometimes one real feeling is worth all the pain. Wow, it is just an incredibly effective synthesis of the entire story's philosophy. It fully acknowledges the agonizing reality of emotional exhaustion, while still firmly arguing for the beautiful necessity of connection. Section 6. The choice that changes everything. Now the stage is set for the final ultimatum. Ira appears beside you and tells him it's time to decide. And this brilliantly illustrates what the entire 12-chapter narrative boils down to. This single, impossible binary choice. Do you disconnect the ocean from human feelings forever, saving the planet but stripping humanity of its emotional core? Or do you keep the connection and let the world feel absolutely everything with all the chaotic consequences that come with it? In this incredibly quiet, tense final moment, Yu looks out at the weeping people around him. He looks at his friends, and amidst the agonizing roar of all that global pain, he feels this very faint but completely genuine warmth. He closes his eyes, and he takes a step toward the water. The water rises around you. The whole world just completely freezes in anticipation, because the answer of this one single person is about to rewrite reality itself. The ocean whispers its final question to you. And I want to leave you with that exact same thought. Knowing the unbearable weight of the world's pain, but also knowing the fleeting, beautiful warmth of human connection. What do you choose?